Thanks for tuning into the Carrie Handle podcast. Here's your hosts, Bryce and Kevin.
Welcome back to the Carrie Handle podcast. With me, as always, is Kevin. But before I get to, hi Kevin, how are you? I'm gonna find.
I'm well, and my beer smells delicious.
Or not ad read. I'm gonna find the discount
and
thing.
Moderately nutritious.
Say words, Kevin. Keep saying words.
Drinking is not advertised as being fun, but it truly is fun.
Just pretending
the more
like
drinking
we're
that you have.
Completely competent podcasters. All right, real quick before we get to the meat and potatoes, as it were, of the podcast,
the stew of the podcast.
The stew. Why do you say that? Why?
Well, you
Why
said
stew.
You said meat and potatoes.
All right. Jesus Christ. Friends of the channel, first and foremost, my beautiful wife. Thank you so much, Hannah, for setting this up. Obviously, this show is basically just contingent on you putting up with my nonsense, and I very much appreciate it.
Thank you, Hannah.
Hammy 3D prints, thousands of products for firearm storage and other fun stuff. Literally thousands of products, all quality items. If it breaks, he'll fix it, or he'll send you another one. Honestly, the coolest dude in the space. 10% off, Carrie Handle 10, 10% off. We don't get any kickbacks. He's just awesome, and we love him. 19 Charlie Tactical, gunsmithing, Kydex holsters, thousands of dropship gun parts, accessories, tools, and firearms. If you have an HK, if you have an AK, if you have pretty much anything you want. If you want to put an Allen Engineering suppressor on something, a collar and a brake, he's your boy. He can do it. For 10% off, the Carrie Handle 10, Mike is friend. We love Mike. Mike also put this read together because I sound incompetent without it. Can't speak either. And then last but not least, Eastern Shore Sling Company, handmade rifle slings and custom sewing, dog leashes too. I mention it basically every podcast. Kevin and I have the Brody brushstroke sling, of which we love so very much. Go support those Maryland boys. Kevin, what has precipitated this podcast, other than we literally do it every week? Besides that doesn't count.
My crippling addiction to soda.
Jesus Christ. That's so much darker.
Wait, we have a guest who
helps. We do. It's Kirk here. Hi, Kirk.
Hey. Hi, Kirk here.
Yeah, haha. He said the thing. He did the thing. Oh, all the all the Family Guy people are excited. He said it. He said it. All right, Kirk, you know the deal. Like, elevator intro, who you are, and then we'll talk about SHOT Show and some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm Kirk. I'm a firearms industry guy. I was a large rifle and parts manufacturer for a good portion of the time, and currently I am doing night vision lasers, which is
always a fun thing. Very cool. All right, so you have also been at SHOT Show. We have been at SHOT Show, and I figure this is kind of the we did. We went to a party with him at SHOT Show. We found a secret bar at SHOT Show. Also, that was a pretty sick bar, by the way.
Yeah, it's like in plain sight, but like it has a neon sign above it that says bar, but it's not the one everyone goes to.
Yeah, we meet Kirk. Well, we meet Kirk around the Circle Bar, and he's like, "I've heard there's a secret bar," and I'm like, "What? You mean this thing?" He's like, "No, an actual secret bar." And sure as shit, it's got like a disco ball, and it feels like you're supposed to be drinking some shine. It was quite nice. I liked it. It wasn't.
And you can hear yourself.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's Vegas, baby.
Until the group of people came in, and we were like, okay, they're too loud.
Gigs up. they it's now mainstream. It's not cool anymore.
Yes, cool we must anymore. Extricate. Indeed.
We were early adopters by 10 minutes.
Indeed. Maybe even 15. We're that cool.
Maybe even 15.
So how many SHOT Shows are you down now? What's your body count for SHOT Show?
I think that was 6 or 7.
Really? Okay. So
yeah.
How did this one
just...
Okay, all right. So how does this one rank for you? Obviously you're working booths, so I mean you're working, but
Yeah, it was different for me, but that's for a lot of reasons, different company.
yeah,
So that was
right,
different phases coming by. And it was
right,
good. It seemed there was a lot less noise, if that makes sense. There was a lot more
yeah,
people coming through that I was having like meaningful discussions with. I didn't have a lot of like, hey, can I get today's patch?
right,
As years
right,
passed, I don't know if that's an attendance related thing or if certain people have gotten out. Or that's kind of.
hmm right,
But yeah, I work at booths, so my perspective is grossly different than most.
right. Did you get a chance at all to walk around or like at least kind of peruse?
Yeah, I perused a little bit. I didn't see the whole thing. I mean, even if you go there as an attendee,
Yeah,
I did some perusing. There was some cool stuff, some products. I'm like, yeah, mm, but nothing, nothing super crazy. Yeah,
nothing moved you.
the Beretta 500-year anniversary thing that's kind of moving to me. That was probably my favorite part of the show, which wasn't even a product.
I
Look,
was
one of
gonna
these
say
companies.
I was autistically running around and I missed like all the really cool events because I had very specific things in my mind that I needed to see.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I've
you're
been
not
a
there
s
for that.
I
I was just. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say I've been related to Hammy if you've seen Over the Hedge.
Oh, oh,
Get a cookie? Uh,
oh, that's a deep cut.
yeah. Bruce Willis
That's
deep
funny.
cut, baby.
That's
Uh,
funny.
well, so I kind of feel like maybe part of the experience different is because you're more in a night vision space, it's a more focused group of individuals instead of just more driven, more targeted.
It's a
But
segment of the segment that
yeah,
is going to that show.
right, yeah. Well, I mean, I would say it's a more targeted audience for sure. But I
So,
mean, in so in terms of what was there anything you were actually excited to see there?
I mean, in the little walking around I did, and I need to emphasize that new Psionics clip-on was pretty interesting because seems to
Mhm,
be like very multispectral as far as what it can detect, which
mhm,
was cool. For the gun stuff, it wasn't anything new that I got excited for. It was a lot of like new SKUs for existing rifles. If that
right.
makes sense. Like the Ruger American Ranch, that was rad. Glad to see, or the
That was sick.
Scout, the
That was
Scout.
super sick. The Scout, yeah. Except downside is they killed the actual Ruger, like the OG one that take AICS mags, but that one was also hella heavy. So,
What
meh.
did it cost you? Like everything. I
Yes,
did not realize that.
everything.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, that actually they killed that, and I think it was because it's no longer or it's not the gun sight rifle anymore. It's just a Scout. That I think
Yeah,
that
it's
was the
just
difference.
well, they probably. I mean, that the Ruger American. That if I was that product manager, they've been crushing that line.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well, and
understandable.
yeah. Well, what was kind of criminal, and nobody, maybe a couple will remember this, but Nodak Spud was making iron sights for the Ruger American, so you could make your own like scout rifle at home out of the Ruger American. PSA bought NDS and killed that whole line, so you couldn't find those anymore. So I was so excited because like it has a scout rail and basically those sights, and I was like, oh. Like, we're so fucking back. And unpopular opinion, the actual gun sight rifle was fucking chunky and only took AICS mags, which kind of bummed me out. So, I mean, I like the idea, but the AR mag, like being able to infinitely scale with AR mags is kind of cool. However, it will not feed the same, and I realize that. But AR mags.
Yeah, it's the new Glock mag. Take Glock
Yeah.
mags? No, does it take Stanag mags? So
Does it take Stanag or PMags, I guess, because everybody
P-mags,
takes
yeah.
fucking PMags.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
10
P-mag
minutes
should be the new standard.
yeah. The 10 minutes that people were mad about M2s and then M3s came out and then they just kind of work with everything.
Which yeah, and, like, it's if you run some really weird rifle and that's your stick, we'll just understand there's some challenges.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like with AK mags, it's you can have one AK from and every like you'd think you should just be able to rock in any magazine. Doesn't work that way. It like with the oh god, I've had PMags, I've had the Bulgarian polymers, steel, Chinese steel, Russian steel, or Russian bake lights. Every single one of those magazines fits differently in basically every AK I've ever tried. Yeah. Well, and
Yeah, I have
even
to
the
file them
Bulgarian
a lot.
ones. Yeah, the Bulgarian ones. That's what I did. Yeah. This is how I get this fucking thing in here. I took a ball peen, like a rubber mallet, and I was just beating the shit out of the front of the Bulgarian ones for it to, like, scrape away material on the lug. I was like,
To
this is
file
good."
mine, not the mil spec ones, not like not the waffle mags, but like the commercial Bulgarians.
Yeah.
Those I've had
Yeah,
to do a
those
lot of fit.
well, the slab side, the commercial ones that are really popular now, I think they work really well, they just basically don't fit out of the box in anything, but I still recommend them to everybody because I think they're good, you just have to be patient. Oh.
There we go. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Don't know what happened there.
You're good. I think this happened last time too.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like the most technologically illiterate 20 something year old.
God bless. Great.
Maybe.
Maybe, he could be. Alright, so in terms of doing night vision stuff, what's how goofy have you gotten with night vision? Like, in terms of lasers and shit, putting them on guns?
But nothing too goofy, I kind of do baby steps, right? First thing's getting a carbine set up, going from there. The next thing I want some scattergun stuff. I've been
I'm
pretty
sorry, one more time for me? Did you say
like to get some
scattergun stuff?
yeah, some scattergun stuff I want to play with, but
Wha
no, just like your garden variety. No, not blunderbuss. That's just something I
Blunderbuss,
want to play with.
baby. He's
Integrating
put
that equipment.
he's stuffing Chinese pecs down a blunderbuss. Parry this, ye casual.
Oh no, that would be
Uh,
cool. That would be cool.
that would
But
be
yeah,
sick.
I mean, it's been pretty.
Yeah. So
Well, a lot
s
of it's
so
just it's a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no, 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 you're good. So lasers on a shotgun. Like, is that are you just experimenting with that? Because I've seen that in a very limited capacity, but I always thought it was sort of a meme.
I just to for love of the game. If anything, it's just something to try. There's challenges set with like every platform, considerations you have to make, and it's just a thought experiment.
Right. Well,
So
is it like breaching specific? Is it direct action specific? Like what's in your brain? What like give us an idea. Why? Why would you do
just
this?
just to see where the limit is. That's
Yeah.
that's the honest the honest answer I can give you. Yeah, and that's a thought too. Like
It's actually kind of sick.
what divergence setting is ideal, right? No,
Everything
no,
the
no,
light touches. You just
no,
hear.
no, no, no.
"Not today, yeah."
But but yeah, I mean that's like the I guess the more interesting thing I'm starting to get into with that, just to play with a lot of it. There's so much to learn. It
Mhm.
really challenges. Like a lot of people think it's like, oh, throw a set of nods on, get a laser, life is good. But like it really it's like an orchestra of different skills you have to learn to be, proficient.
Well,
So
what for you was the biggest hurdle getting into it? More, I mean, obviously it's a big learning curve, but I mean, where did you start?
a lot of it, it's I kind of say it's like you see the stuff online, especially with tube specs, right?
Mm,
That's not the world I'm in, but I'm adjacent to it pretty and get in the weeds there. But it's very confusing getting into it. Like, what is the right thing to buy?
mm,
That's the biggest thing. Like, hey, I want to buy a tube. I don't know what's good. I don't know what's not good, and navigating that is very intimidating.
mhm,
It's like building your first AR. Like, how am I going to spec that out? But worse because you don't understand what half the stuff means.
yeah,
So, um, there's a lot of good resources online. Don't get the other thing is to that was a big piece for me. Um, if you know you're buying something quality, take the leap and you can get you're wrapped around the weeds in the different spec. But having it is the first step. So
Well, do you put place any I mean, how much do you care about digital night vision?
not at all. Like there's certain places for it, but it's not something like right now analog for how I'm using it, which is predominantly like a headborne use.
Right,
That's the
right,
gold
okay.
standard, right?
Mm, yeah,
That's not to say we won't get there. Technology is changing faster than I think any of us can keep track with it. Thus
yeah.
far, and it shows everybody who's fielding these things professionally, they're all using analog.
Right. Yeah, that's well, so how about for a more casual user? I mean, as long as like understanding that there's going to be some lag, as it were. I mean,
It's better than nothing. It's better than
that's fair.
nothing. But I tell a lot of people right now, like night vision seems to be like on the secondhand market. Tubes you can get for a lot cheaper than you used to be able to because builders and stuff now.
Yeah.
And it might not be the super fancy ultra high font white font tube you want, in a 3 years down the line, but you can at least get into it now and be into a solid PVS 14 for sub 2 grand.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting. I feel like there's a big craze, especially with like hops and brass facts and Grantham, and everybody bought tubes, and then like the prices started creeping up. And then recently that has really plateaued. And I've noticed them kind of going, and maybe not, they're not going down at a rate, mind you, but yeah, under sub 2K, you can get into some night vision. If and now obviously you can probably find the Chinese tubes or whatever the hell they're called, the Jerry 41s or whatever the hell they're called, which I
Yikes.
mean, I, uh, I was flirting with that for a while. I was thinking about it. But because those are like Gen 3 plus, but they're also probably like the worst commie garbage ever, which is fine, you know?
Gen Gen
It's a
3 Gen 3 plus isn't a real term.
well, yeah, I mean, it's like a marketing thing, right? Like, it doesn't
So it's
actually mean
100%.
anything.
No, it's Gen 3 is Gen 3. They might have a term, but it's just like they don't have a plus. There's no industry standard for Gen 3 plus. You can have like Gen 3 thin film or Gen 3 no film. That's where we get in the weeds and confusing, but
Right.
it's they're all Gen 3. They're all Gen 3.
Well, I you can almost still hold out hope with some of those, like, I've seen the conversion kits where, like, with the tubes that are meant for, like, the pilots and stuff where they're, like, inverted, where you can, like, flip them and with, like, all the homemade tubes and shit like that. How important is it to have them gas purged?
Oh, I'm honestly probably not the best guy to talk to about this, but,
Yeah,
if it depends on where it's just like any other electronic or right? If you can, yeah, you should. That's what I'd say. Do no
that's
harm, and there's
fair.
probably somebody who does the tube thing for a living that could answer this a lot better. But I believe it's yeah, they probably are. I believe it's important.
Okay.
But again, it's kind of debated, and I see a lot of people that do like an at home purge that I don't think is comparable.
Well, I've seen
Mm.
the wine preservative one where there's a gas you can get that's like for like storing wine bottles or whatever, and it's like a
And
nitrogen purge. I'm like, oh, this is
I've
great.
seen the computer duster thing too that people
Yep,
do.
seen that one.
I mean, I mean, ideally, if you're
Bro,
buying
your
from a
nods are doing
builder,
whippets.
yikes. It's
There it
like the
is.
it's like the beer goggles they have you wear in high school, the like, the drink driving thing or the police, it's just like the evil whippet
Whippet
tips.
nods, baby.
But, and back to there being more builders than there's been though, in all seriousness, you have, a lot of people building them, and like there's no shortage of people in that category that are purging them. So, you might do no harm.
Yeah. Okay.
Do no harm.
Well,
And
so we'll creep back into something you're slightly you're way more qualified. Not that you're not qualified, but lasers. So the last time we talked to you, we were talking about bolt guns, and we were talking about getting into, and you were writing an article at the time. Was it like what were you writing?
well, I was writing an article on this. It was like why you should add weight to a precision gun.
Okay.
Laws of physics, heavy things are hard to move, so heavy things have less recoil. So I did kind of an extreme example and built this like 30-pound 223 bull gun. Not something that you would ever want to carry around for a length of time, but just to show like, hey, look, like this thing does not move, and the reason it doesn't move, and to a comical degree, is because it weighs an insane amount. Showing people how you can add weight to your precision gun, and that matters a lot more on the bigger stuff because they want their scope to move as little as possible when they're competing.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I was delving down, and then at the time I was really into the 223 bolt gun thing because I was like, oh, this is fun.
Have you played with the 22 Creed or 22 arcs at all?
A little bit, a little bit. I'm the point in my life now where I'm very new caliber resistant, and that might hurt
That's
me in
fair.
some ways. But yeah, right now I'm trying to keep most things to like 223, 308, 65 Creedmoor.
Yeah.
Honestly, 65 Creedmoor over 308 in that case.
Yeah, that's fair.
I did not. I was thinking it.
Physics.
I was thinking a complex emotion that was very intense that was in that field.
Incredible.
I wouldn't say that.
Uh,
It wasn't quite that. I wasn't quite that excited, but was
yeah.
proud of myself. I was look at this, like super accurate and doesn't move.
Well,
It was a
so
very good shooting experience.
okay. Well, so have you played around with lasers on like precision guns?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's been another fun. Again, it's different for every how implore that technology is different for every platform and use case.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely, and that's a whole nother animal.
Yeah. Well, so what starts to change when you start going to a precision application? Because I know lasers start getting bigger and like I mean, what when you try to get more precise past like 100 yards, what considerations do you need to start taking when you put lasers on shit?
So if we're talking like in a carbine use sense, just knowing that you can do it's a big thing. And
Mm,
there's, and I'm not here to discuss tactics, but there's, what is that effective range envelope? And I can tell you, you can shoot out pretty far active aiming with a laser on like a carbine, right?
mm,
When you get into the precision rifle world, though, you'll see like the guys aren't active aiming. They're not using a laser pointer to aim those rifles. In a lot of instances, they're usually shooting through like a clip-on. So you're like PVS 30, and then at that point, because you're using your scope, right, illumination becomes more important than having
right.
different considerations to make, and then the quality of your illumination is super important in that instance. You're trying to throw energy pretty far downrange.
Right. Well, the lasers I have seen are more like the rangefinders, like the full power, like uh, Wilcox, like the Raptors and shit. They're pressing that laser down there to get a range reading. But in that application, so there, in my mind, when you're lasing shit like that at that kind of power, that laser comes right back to you, though. So I mean, is there a consideration for? Do I need to be lasing this or not lasing this? Because this kind of comes back because we hear like about like in the Ukraine, they're like, oh yeah, we don't like actively aiming as much because it's a great pointer for like Spetsnaz to come fucking push my shit in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always
So
something I thought was kind of interesting.
And that's something you'll hear a lot nowadays, because especially because night vision's a lot more prolific, right? But like the
Mhm.
example I'll use is, you and I both have balls, right? We can both see white light. Do you use white light? Yes.
Fair
Right.
point.
So same kind of thing. It's just about knowing, and again, I'm not the person to speak on tactics, but knowing the right and wrong time to use your equipment and how you employ it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's yeah. You don't want to. I can't say I recommend that. Pointing lasers in the sky is bad for a lot of reasons, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's something people can see. So
Calling in a strike on yourself is crazy work.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's fucking crazy. Oh shit. That's actually pretty funny. Well, so what have you actually what projects do you have for in terms of like GPRs or like precision guns for like what lasery projects do you have going on right now that
But
you're actively playing with?
for myself, I've been kind of at the tail end of this. I'm just enjoying it now. But like setting up a GPR was like kind of a what's my optimal setup going to be here,
Yeah.
right?
Well, walk us through
So
that. What started that? And
yeah,
what is a GPR to you for people that may not know?
general purpose rifles that I can use for a lot of things. For most people, this is going to be kind of in that 13.7 to 16-inch range,
Right.
kind of like recce rifle. Is it a recce rifle? Are you
Whoa,
using it?
Recky.
Are you using it for recon? If you're using it for
Right.
recon, then chances are. But not as any hard rule, but like my general purpose, I can reach out as far as I need to. I can use it as close as I need to, and it does well.
Hmm. Okay. Well, and so is this more like you're playing around with like placement on the rifle or what where it is appropriate or
It's I would say it's more than just the single device. It's the whole orchestra, so to speak, of like how you're going to use, because you've heard me talk about this before. There's no free lunch with most.
right.
So like, how do I set this up to where I'm happy with it, and what are the compromises of that? Generally speaking, when you build a rifle for night, the answer is almost always weight. The more stuff you add on your rifle, the heavier it gets. That's just the
Yeah.
way it is. But like that, and the laser part for me was pretty easy. It's kind of just like a flashlight pressure pad, and the specific laser I use has controls that make it very easy to access. Right, it's not an inconvenience. It's pressure pad and the laser just offset. I can naturally manipulate it with my hand. Um, So where I was playing around with a lot was the actual optic, the like what scope or dot to use, how much do that, and I landed on in this case was a 2 to 10 with an acro on top.
Really? Okay.
There's a lot of ways you can go with that, and again, that's not the light solution, by any means,
I was gonna
but
say that sounds kind of chunky.
yeah, it's a stack of glass on there, but I was like, okay, this will let me be able to passive aim if I need to passive aim, and then I got my magnified optic for
Don't have to
everything
hit the
else.
gym.
Good excuse to hit the gym.
That there it is, right there.
A good
Pick up your
excuse.
gun and aim it.
Wouldn't say that, but I am a large guy. That helps.
Yes, it's crazy because we've only ever had interactions online until SHOT Show, and then you walk up to him and you're like, "Oh, so you're just like 2 feet taller than me. That's cool." Because I know I'm short, but damn,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody's taller than me. Us mortal men.
yeah.
Indeed. Oh shit,
Um,
that's pretty funny.
yeah, car shopping is really fun when you're 6 foot or above.
Imagine flying super fun too.
Flying is a great. I actually like. I have a method for flying. I just get the window seat and I curl up into a little ball, and life is good.
Like, that's pretty much a
That's
universal
that's.
recommendation.
Well, yeah, it's not a recommendation. It's a way of life at my stage.
It's a way
It's
of
it's a way of life.
this is my
Uh,
life now.
but yeah, that was anyway. To go back to get back on. that was yeah, that was the big thing, was like figuring out, what works, what doesn't. Mm. And there's a lot of ways you can, skin that cat. Right answer. And any of us have that, but we're gonna I'm gonna keep trying new things till I find what works best for me. And I've been pretty happy with the setup. Both. It depends.
More dexterity.
I like them in the prone, but it just depends on how you're comfortable. Some guys like 30 in the prone because it props it up a little more.
I was gonna say it makes you a little higher off the deck.
So
Yeah. I watch Bill Smack Mojo, so I like the 20s with a 5 round extension because I like expensive magazines. You could say I'm an operator.
I
I
basically
operate.
basically cloned a setup, therefore I am him.
Yes, indeed.
I
Perfect. Well, so
I wish I could shoot that fast.
dude, watching him run a bolt gun is like art. It's like
Yeah, he's
how?
very talented. Dude's put a lot of work in.
Yeah,
I was gonna say very talented, but I know how much time probably went into that.
yeah,
Up to
absolutely.
him.
When when he moves to a gun, it's you can tell that's his like just the time and effort really pays off. And then you could just see people in the comments like, "Oh, like he's just got natural talent." It's like you're just kind of doing really you're just doing him a disservice in terms of how much time and practice and
Yeah,
dedication that he has to what is effectively a craft. I mean, not even
absolutely.
effectively, it is a craft. The layman can only wish. They can only imagine. But
One day
so that 2 to
we'll have Mojo posters in our bedrooms. Look,
Oh, absolutely. Ironically, I think we're the same height. I think he might be the same height as Kevin, I don't know. But so, knowing what you know now with the 2 to 10 in an acro, what's also what glass are you using? I realize I never asked that.
oh yeah, so it's a Mark 5. Two,
Okay,
yeah, 2 to 10, 2 to 10.
okay, okay. A man of class, that's good. Little pull.
Yeah, got to support the Pacific Northwest companies.
But, of course, dude, I love Leopold. I need to grab one. I wanna get a Mark IV or, I was except for that, did you look through the, Night Force NX6?
I didn't have a chance to go by their booth, unfortunately.
They're they're kinda nice. They're bigger for sure, but the eye box is a little bit more forgiving, and the parallax isn't supposed to be as bad. You can't there's only so much you can tell about being in like a showroom, so or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a convention room, but, I mean, it was I also really like their 2 to 20, so I've really wanted one of those, but I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what kind of
yeah.
optic.
The Mark IVs have been great too. That's what I have on that extremely heavy 223. One of
Oh,
the
do you
higher
still
mount
have
Mark
that?
IVs.
You
Yeah, oh yeah,
still
oh
have
yeah,
it set up that way? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So, do you use that for, like, load development, or what is that just a fun gun?
It's just fun, dude. Like when I take people to the range, it's like, oh yeah, like try this. It's like it's the same experience as shooting a 22, but it's like faster. You can
And more
punch it out a
expensive.
little more expensive. Yeah, yeah. It's like originally I was like, oh, I'm gonna shoot so many TAC class matches, and then life catches up with you, and you don't get. But I'm like, well,
Well,
I got this
so, I
really
mean,
cool gun for it now.
this is a really cool gun I'm not using. Hell yeah. I mean, do you find any utility in a 223 bolt gun?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
so what do you find in
absolutely.
that?
I think they're the thing that people for like a varmint rifle. I think a 223 is like the minimum. Personally,
Okay.
it just hits harder. It's good. It's handy. You can. And the other thing is, if you're like trying to just and get reps in. I'm not saying it's a direct replacement, but you can get some good time in with a less slippery or less cartridge that's less indicative of long range success.
Right.
It gives you
Yeah,
kind of
that's fair.
something to do there. Ammo's plentiful. Any of us that have an AR-15 have probably one or two boxes of 223 out in the garage. So
What's a good barrel length and twist rate to be kind of focusing in on? Or would you just recommend grabbing a rack rifle and just kind of shooting some down the pipe?
for most people, probably that's the answer. I like the faster twist rate stuff because with I shoot mostly if I'm doing precision stuff, it's always 27 grain.
Right.
Scare
Okay.
Match Kings. So like the 1 in 7s. Trying to stay in there. But it just depends on what you're trying to do. If you want like again, I hate to keep plugging them, but the like a Ruger American, their
Yeah.
Varmint 223, great
Yeah.
rifle. They're
Yep.
handy, they're fun. It's okay to build guns because it's fun too. We've talked about that, but
Well, so in terms of feeding, those are because I don't know. So actually, I guess we could just Kevin's looking into getting into a bolt gun, and he's been playing around with 223, and I've always been kind of hard up about, hey, if you're gonna have a bolt gun or at least your first one, maybe you should get something that optimizes that receiver length rather than a 223 trainer, or not a trainer because I kind of hate that word, but a 223 instead of something that you already have if you're trying to get into a different discipline. However, it kinda sounds like there's more utility in that 223 than maybe I was giving credence to. Creedmoor
mm,
2.
it depends. Would I necessarily steer someone to that for their first, especially if they have first? Probably not.
I win.
But
I win.
like, is
Hey,
it
I've
going to
been
give you a new capability? That's a good question to ask,
No, it's not.
right? So
Absolutely not.
maybe you want to do, but also, I'm not going to fault you if you understand that or like, oh yeah, brother, I want a 223 because it's cool. Then okay,
Yeah, but see, he keeps confusing ranch rifles and scout rifles with, like, precision rifles. Want a decked out cool build, I just want a bolt gun. But we're not talking about the same gun. One They are both bolt actions, but it's like saying a car is a bike because they both have wheels. It does I don't know where it is. It's behind me. Also not in chassis. I haven't shot
there.
that at all.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what makes you happy, Kevin, then by all means support you. But yeah, just answer. It's the thing with just like anything, use case, use case, use case. What are you trying to do with it?
Yeah.
So if you just want to be
See
like,
that
hell yeah, I'm running around with a bull gun because it's 2026 and that's different, then yeah,
but the use case is that of an AR-15 that you shoot a lot slower. Like, that's what a scout rifle is. It's just a not semi-automatic fighting rifle. Like, it's not precision guns that I think the discipline is different completely. I Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that. That's a fair point. Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. You're not shooting 100 rounds of 6.5 Creedmoor in 30 minutes. Like, that's like the proposition there has changed completely. You're cooking barrels and burning money. Like, it's not you're not firing 30 rounds. But that's not what a scout rifle is for. It's for shooting it like an AR-15. You shoot it like that's like the concept of a scout rifle.
I
It's a
think
f it's
the important
doesn't make
thing here
sense.
is Kevin going to be happy?
No, he's just trying to be difficult. I can see his smirk. He's being annoying. He's frustrating me. But he doesn't know that you're just being annoying to rile me up. He doesn't know this. I hate this. I hate everything.
But if
I
it's
hate
fun,
everything.
if it's fun,
Actually, there's another scout rifle. No,
I
I want a
think
scout
you'll get
rifle
a.
too.
I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment from precision gun shooting, Kevin. I think that if this is something that you and Bryce can bond over, and you getting a 6.5 does that,
What I
then
said. And he's like,
then
"No, 223." I'm like, "Eh, we
it could
can't
be a
shoot
fun.
together."
It could be a fun group activity.
That's
So
what I said. Thank you. God.
you can
This is fun.
well, you can go to Cabela's right now or Bass Pro, whatever's closer to you. They sell them.
Do either one of you watch Rob's Reloading?
Not too good on the YouTube anymore, but I have watched
Okay.
all of those videos. Yes.
So he's a guy that basically just does like 10-minute videos about like or doing load data and different kind of cartridges, and he swaps barrels around and he'll chamber or like turn down a barrel for like right now he's got a series with like a 6 BRA and he's trying to he's trying to get a Mossberg Scout or a Mossberg MVP action to shoot because I guess he was figuring out that in the design for the MVP, I guess the chassis, the actual action screws like go all the way into the tenon because Mossberg MVPs are just the highest quality items. And so he's trying to get this thing to shoot right. And I think he's been through like 3 separate barrels. And I mean, obviously, bolt guns are not Legos per se, but with prefits, I mean, you could play around with them if you got like an action.
I firmly hold the belief that it is easier to teach someone to build a, custom action out than it is an AR.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's very simple. You're torquing the barrel on, installing your trigger, and bedding it into a chassis.
So you're still betting like even in a chassis.
Sorry, when I say I use that term incorrectly.
Okay.
You
Sorry,
you
I was
you
like,
you you
Jesus.
you correctly. If it's a good chassis, it should have like V block or something in it. But
Right. Okay.
if you're you're just torquing down correctly, there is an incorrect way to torque an action, and it might not seat correctly. You need to seat it into your chassis.
Yeah. I I like the idea. Well, not even just that. I mean, do you have any experience with was it the 307, the Weatherby? What the fuck is it? It's like it's their builder actions. Or do you
Yeah,
just
they're
use the
clone
arrows?
action.
Yeah, the 700 clone.
I haven't messed with one. My next action will probably be a coup de grace from American Rifle Company. Does great stuff.
What is that and why do I care? In my most
So
blunt way of asking.
yeah, for, first off, local Pacific Northwest company, gotta plug them.
Oh, well, now I care.
No, now you care.
We have land up there.
Yeah, so he just takes a very end state, emphasis approach on how products are designed out of that place. Mm. Not felt one that didn't feel stellar. And they do some neat stuff. Like they have the Mousing field action, which just as as a gun guy, I think that's neat. Takes the features from the Mauser and features from the Enfield and kind of bakes it into a modern approach on that. It's just
Is it like a
yeah, it's good
controlled
stuff.
feed cock on close?
Couldn't tell you. It's I can't remember the
Sick.
specific I can't remember the specific details on it, but it's got the big claw extractor, and
Okay.
I'm giving a total caveman sales pitch on this company. Not doing
I
it
love
justice at
that.
all, but the yeah, there's all kinds of all kinds of features available, so they can kind of make an action to accommodate whatever you're doing. They do a cool camming bolt handle, which is a very unique thing to them. If you're
Mhm.
um, interested in the mechanics of that, it's so you can get as much leverage as possible on the case when you're extracting it. Little stuff like that.
Is it a 90-degree throw?
I think it depends on which one. I think the Coup de Grace is going to be a 60.
Holy shit, this thing is sick looking. Which
Let me
is
check here.
obviously half the battle. I mean, it's
Let me
gotta look
let me
cool.
let me check here. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm
I've been
90% sure
Googling.
it's. I'm 90% sure it's 60. But
Okay. 20 MOA built in. Oh, built-in base. Bolt knobs. Ugh, I don't know what with it. The only downside with these custom bolt handles is it just kind of looks like they left a machinist or like they locked a machinist in a closet for a year and they were like, all right, make some bolt handles.
there's only
Like, what
so
the
many
fuck?
ways to skin that cat.
I know. These are pretty cool looking. Oh, is it a modular bolt head? It is.
Yes,
Ooh. Oh, that's
that
interesting.
that'll be my next one.
Okay.
I'm gonna be on one of those acts, but
What cal? I mean, is it just Because you said 6.5 and all the regular ones. Are you looking into the
Probably
PRCs or long actions at all?
probably a Creedmoor. I know that does limit, like, if I wanna do super, super long range, but I do, live in a world where that's not super
Yeah.
accessible to me, so I'm just fine with a 6.5 Creedmoor.
So how much do you place into like long action like magnums versus like short action stuff?
It just
Because
depends
I
on
know
what
there's
caliber you wanna feed,
yeah.
that's what capability you need and what caliber fits that.
Yeah. I was watching what the fuck was I watching? It was there's another Pacific Northwest guy. I can't remember now. God damn it. They were talking about the bat machine. They have a medium action, which I thought was kind of interesting, which I guess is more of like a because obviously the long and the short well, actually I guess not obviously. If you don't know the long action in the short action, I think are widely based on the Remington 700 footprints.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right. And then I know, or from what I understand, the industry's trying to produce a more efficient sized medium action for calibers like 7 PRC and things that are like not necessarily need to be in a long action, but I thought
Yeah,
that
so
was kind of interesting.
you'll see a lot of and by the way, it is 70 degree. So that
Oh,
answers the mystery.
okay.
I was like, 60 doesn't sound right. I know it's not 90, but I
It's
wanna
like Jesus.
confirm.
Is
So
it is it
70
a
so
2
70
or
degree
is it a
bolt
3
throw.
lug? What is
3
this?
lug, yep, it is a 3 lug.
It is a 3 lug. Okay. I was thinking can't be a 2 lug. I mean it can, I
Yeah.
guess, but huh.
Yeah, anyways, American Rifle Company, again, probably the least intelligent analysis of that brand, but all the actions I've seen from
Perfect.
them have felt great.
Oh, they have a normal bolt knob for me. Just a checkered one because I'm boring or knurled. Sorry. It's knurled. Yeah. That was
Sorry, so we're
actually one of
talking
the
about go ahead.
oh. Oh, I was talking about medium stuff and then I pulled you off of topic again. I'm sorry.
No,
Continue.
that was all me. I had to give my follow-up there on the coup de grace, um, cocking angle. Um, so the medium actions are a thing you'll see, so those will go up to, like, 6.5 Creedmoor or sorry, 6.5 PRC, but
Mm.
that's technically longer than what a normal short action would take. And that's just kinda how they port it, but you can, in theory, cram a a certain action's 6.5 PRC into a short action.
Well, it's so from what I understood, it was from guys like notching feed ramps to try to get those bullets to sit as like long or like heavier bullets to be able to sit further out for more case capacity. Or is it just out of necessity for dudes loading bullets weird, or is
But
it just
no,
to try to get the maxed?
probably just probably an efficiency piece, and then maybe if they are trying to load them longer, but if you're running, you would want a shorter action if that was the case, so it might just be a better mousetrap for those cartridges.
Yeah, that makes well. So I guess that's kind of like the iCar receiver for like 6 arc and like 338 arc and those fat cartridges.
Yeah, yeah, and that's, I would say more so advantageous just because of the limitations of you're taking a gun that was designed to that's very dissimilar from how they like the standard frame AR-15s. Like, there's a lot of compromises that need to be made with your bolt and magazines and all that good stuff. So that is a case where it's like, okay, there's enough of these, uh, a ground up design makes more sense.
Right. Although I would say they just basically copied actually not basically, they did just copy LWRC. They were like, "Oh, well, the 6.8 receiver exists. We'll just use that. It's fine."
Well, if someone's willing to finally execute on it, I mean, in my current state, it's nothing I can touch, unless the laws change, but, I would
Oh,
absolutely be more I would be more
you
hot to
can't get the
trot on.
receivers?
Nope, can't get receivers in the lovely state
Motherfucker.
of
Those
Washington.
bastards.
Cannot.
That's awesome. God bless. Well, so the we're running guns to Kirk now.
No, no,
So
no, no.
the
No, not necessary, not necessary.
so the yeah, the iCar. So from what I understood is it beefs up the bolt, beefs up the extension, and makes it so that supposedly you can load like the bolt gun loads out of the ARs instead of or the AR or the semi-automatic platforms. Because from what I understand, the earlier teething issues from 6 Arc were they were sort of spicy, and maybe the AR bolts and shit couldn't handle that, or what?
Well, you only have so much space to open up the face on that bolt, right? You're not building any material around those larger case heads.
Yeah.
So, and that's a correlation, not a causation thing, because you could have a very low pressure, right,
Mm,
larger base case, but for what they actually are being built for, right, it's not ideal, and that's like the big concern with me with a lot of those is just like bolt life, right? Like, are these,
yeah.
and granted, you're probably not giving it the same firing cadence you would a 5.56, but it's not an ideal situation for anybody. So, like, you have these good cartridges, let's build a good rifle that can work with
Build
it.
it around it. Yeah. Well, it's almost it's I love Hornady. They're like, "We just made this cartridge. You guys figure out how to feed it. Just it's on you." It's like, "Thanks,
Well,
guys."
the
Lovely.
arcs and the bolt guns I thought were great. Those were
Mm.
especially funny enough, 338 arc. I'm like, this would be a good little quiet thing, but there's other things you can cram in there that are in the same ballpark. But if you could have like a miniaturized action that's like
You like the Howas?
that length, like a Howa, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, dude, a 338 and or the, 338 arc out of, like, a Howa, if you could, like, rebarrel that, that would actually be pretty sick. So, you still run into being a little bit more, like, sensitive in twist rate with 338 arc, much like the 86 blackout, right? Like, you need to start, like, making them a little quicker?
Well, I think it's not as quick as blackout, is my understanding. They can run normal bullets because when you get super quick, then your bullet choice becomes narrower and narrower. And
Copper, solid
yeah,
copper.
I believe 338 arc
Yeah.
is 1 in 5 is what they're pushing those at versus like 1 in 3 or 1 in
Okay,
1 in some cases.
okay. That's still pretty quick,
Um,
though. 1 in
but
5
yeah,
is
yeah,
pretty fast.
for those big heavy bullets, there's a lot of, a lot of cases to be made about that high RPM stuff that people seem to be really liking. It's not a world I've dove in into much, outside of the
Yeah,
manufacturers end of things, but
yeah.
if it
Well,
allows
I
you to
I
shoot those
think
heavy bullets at the end of the day, if nothing more, great.
yeah. Well, and then you can also start using, like, more traditional, like, cup and ball or cup and core bullets instead of, like, machined fucking projectiles.
Yeah, or
So
bonded, and maybe
yeah,
bonded.
yeah. Right.
So,
Yeah. It's fucking homogeneous core.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's and, like, cool thing about 300 Blackout was it's like, "Oh, I can run plated bullets out of this." And that's not a huge thing
yeah,
that I'm sure a ton of people care about, but for the guys that are hand loading, it's, another option.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, so in what kinda utility other than big smiles do you see for, like well, so you said you like the 6 arcs out of bolt guns. Wasn't that more specifically for gas guns?
Yeah, it was, but same kinda deal, you see these dudes getting these super hyper accurate bolt guns
Yeah.
shooting this, short cartridge that shoots really flat, that's a cool recipe.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, super low
My
recoil.
I got more excited about I know this is probably not very good, but I got more excited about 6 Arc when I saw not only Hornady was loading for it anymore, because I've
Yeah,
had not great experiences with Hornady. Not saying like their ammo's bad. I just haven't had the most consistent luck with Hornady ammo, like across their line. I haven't tried a lot of their A-tip stuff, but like their match stuff, I've had kind of hit and miss luck with. Granted, that's 308 and 556, but
which
yeah,
5.56, 223 skew?
dude, you're asking me so many things.
Gotta know, I'm
I
curious.
gotta know.
No,
I'll
Hornady
send it
does
to you
good
if I can
stuff
find it.
usually. I'm just curious.
Well, so and then not only that, but I've said this a couple times, but Centurion Arms actually dropped their 6 arc line specifically for inconsistencies in the 6 arc loading from Hornady.
Interesting.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I've not had, no, I haven't been soured on Hornady, so I can't speak to
I'm
that.
not sour on, or at least especially not their handgun ammo. That is effectively the most accurate ammo I've ever shot out of a handgun. And Caleb Giddings basically only shoots that in matches. I think he shoots critical duty exclusively. But
What I will say is I've had on the opposite end, the Hornady mask, the white box stuff, by and large, has been the easy button for me, for me and a lot of people, you know?
yeah.
So it might just be that one line, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I got excited when I saw I saw Black Hills loading for it, which is definitely not got contract oriented. I'm sure. Uh, and then was it Frontier? But I mean, I don't know if you want to buy Frontier Armory stuff. But I there are more than one. More than one ammunition company loading for it now. So I think what that does is give a lot more options, and also will drive the price down because it wasn't exactly the most inexpensive item for a bit. So I think getting into more manufacturers' hands will make it a little bit more accessible to people. Kind of like what happened with 6.5 Creedmoor is it was only Hornady. And again, Hornady does great stuff. I'm not saying I don't like Hornady. I'm just saying
Yeah, and
more
sorry to
people, the
be
better. Well, it's like 22 Creedmoor too. It was just them and Horizon for however long. And I mean, to be fair, I don't really know how many other people are loading 22 Creedmoor right now, other than Horizon and Hornady using Hornady components. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody is.
if
Mm,
anyone can make these cartridges stick, it seems to be Hornady, I will say that.
yeah, they
When I
have the
early
ability to push them through and make them certified and all that other shit.
their ballisticians crush it, uh,
Mm,
like, there's very few times I kinda scratch my head at certain things. Like, the
yeah,
6.5 Creedmoor has been they made it stick. So
yeah,
and I got the
absolutely.
PRCs were quickly adopted, they, seem to be doing a good job there. So, for
I
all
want a
any of these
300.
cartridges, if we're excited about any of them, if anyone's gonna do it,
Yeah, unless it's the 25. People seem really mad about that.
that was a head scratcher for me a little bit, but that's, it exists for somebody. It does exist for somebody.
Yeah.
But I'm very,
Well, I mean, a
I'm
lot of
very
match
bold
dudes are
font.
shooting it.
Yeah, I'm very bold font with cartridges. Like I said, I alluded to this earlier. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, 223, 6.5 Creedmoor, 308. Those are kind of the rifle ones that I'm sticking around. So a lot of it comes from there. But if I'm competing and building a gun around that sport, then yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I kind of like 6 I wanted to get into 6 GT just just to put holes in paper because I mean, obviously that is expressly what it's for. But
Hornady is loading for that now too.
yes, they are, and that's why I was interested because I saw the 6BRA and 6BA and all the or 6BA whatever. So, but that's a more what? It's a standardized like 6 bench rest, right? Because it was who the fuck
Mm.
it was
Yeah,
GT
I
stands for something.
believe. I thought that was that Gap Precision.
Yeah, yeah, and it was the 2 guys. I like the Hornady has a podcast about it. It was really funny. The guys are on there and they were like, "Oh yeah, we had this cartridge idea." And then we were like, "Oh yeah, we like cars." So GT sounded sick and it also worked out that it stood for something too. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I like that." I like 2 nerds, 2 dorks just going, "Hey, let's name it something fun." I love that. But
Make sure
yeah, I mean,
I'm right here. Yeah, cartridge.
he's got it. He's looking it up. But I think 6 I want to get into a 6 mil. I wanna get into a 6 arc, but I don't I'm not there yet unless it's like a 6 like the iCar lowers or the iCar receiver set. I think that's a pretty plug and play. I mean, Ruger Americans, I think are pretty good, and I've heard pretty decent stuff about them. So, no, you maybe a little bit more than that. Probably like 3 to 18 or something. I mean, you could probably go up to a 20 power, but I think people get like really into the weeds with power on scopes, and people don't seem to understand when you mag out like onto a 25 or a 30 power scope, your wobble factor goes fucking nuts at 1,000 yards. You're like, holy shit. So like, I don't know. The most I've ever been now, granted, I have maybe I probably shot at 1,000 yards maybe like 7 times, maybe, and most of those times I wasn't at 25 power. Granted, it was steel, and it's like a pretty good sized plate, so, I mean, you can see it. It's not animals or anything like that, so taking that with a grain of salt, it's like, I mean, I'm not magged out all the way most of the time, and then, like, 600 or 700 yards, you definitely know need to be. So, granted, known distances and shit. What was it? Yeah, I mean, I was telling you
That's the
when
one.
yeah, that's I mean, I love 3 to 8. I think I want a Mark 5 so badly. Ugh, man, I might have to get a Mark 5.
They're good scopes.
Fuck.
Mark 4s are great too.
Yeah, I know. He
Yeah.
does like a sniper cap.
So it is GA Precision and Vapor Trail Bullets are who developed 6.
Okay, okay.
I wanted to
Yeah,
make I
so
wanna I don't wanna make statements that are incorrect, so I had to yeah.
attaboy. Yeah, you
And the and then the internet
you're
the internet joke name for it is 6 Gay Tiger. That might have been what they were talking
oh, okay.
about. You'll see
You're a
Gay
6
Tiger.
Creedmoor guy though, right?
Uh, I'm not a 6 Creedmoor guy. I run 6.5. I have my litmus test for cartridges, and there's a chain. It's more of a like a Portland area thing, but we have some up here called Bimart, and it's like Parks and Rec. You watch Parks and Rec food and stuff. That is Bimart.
Nice. I love that.
It's a membership store. It's like $5 for life. You get a little green card and you can shop. But if I can find ammo on the shelf in the sporting goods section there, I'm here for it.
Dude,
So
they have
Creedmoor's
one
my
offering.
6.5 Creedmoor, my beloved. It is a mixture of
They
food
only
and
load the
stuff. They
109
have
ELD. There's only one SKU. What the fuck?
yeah,
Okay, so
Bimart is unwavering.
Hornady does load for the 6 GT, but they only load the 109 in one SKU. What the fuck? Really? It's literally just Hornady Match. No, it's not it's annoying. Like, why would you not load more than other than nobody buys it, which I guess is fine, but
That is a
let's see
very
if
niche
anybody else is
cartridge,
loading it.
so,
Yeah, I know it is.
there might be a reason for that. I'm again,
Yeah,
I'm not the guy for that. I can
I
or
know.
there's
I'm
some
just
6 GT
it's
guy that's like,
frustrating.
"This is this is my thing."
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or I start hand loading 6 BRA like an absolute madman, which I don't know that I'm that committed to. I mean, if you're doing like small by the way, the video that I was watching on the medium action was Ultimate Reloader, and I feel really bad because I love Gavin's stuff, so I feel bad now. uh, six
He would be
GC
a great
match.
guy
Yeah,
to
there's a
talk
couple.
about that stuff. Yeah, that's your 6 GT guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gavin's your 6 GT guy.
yeah. Damn, should try to get him on. I actually really like his stuff. I like watching his builds. Uh, Man, there's nobody. Yeah, basically you hand load 6 GT. That's what you do. Well, usually, yeah, usually the guys shooting 6 GT are shooting. It's a more match centric cartridge. It's less externally ballistic. Like people aren't really necessarily worried about shooting like things with that other than paper. Yeah. Well, in like competition, like bench rest guys, they don't really typically shoot like factory ammo. Typically, they're hand loading because it's like bad juju, bad mugumbo. Yeah, you want to get them SDs as low as possible. Hmm. I don't know. I do really want a 6 millimeter for no other reasons than the vibes.
Hold on,
He's a phony.
it's the app is having oh, there we go.
Perfect.
It says
Is that the
phony.
Pro Mag? Oh God.
It is not a
Hmm.
PMAG.
Oh man, I was looking into. Do you guys know what the 7 saw is at all, or like the 6.8 SPC program for like the Mark 12s that Holland was
Yes.
doing? Okay, so in what it was like, the DARPA. I think it was DARPA's report or somebody's report came back and they were talking about the ballistic efficiency for things. And the reason they settled on 6.8 or 277 was technically the 7 was more terminally effective and the 6 did better ballistically. So they were like, we'll just cut the difference. Just write down very military logistics. They're like, it's fine. Just write down the middle. It's fine. So, oh, man. And then I think about like 6 CAC. And then I'm reminiscing about 6 millimeter cartridges now. I don't know why I brought that up. I like
No, that's
bullets.
okay.
I love cartridges. I don't know. Kirk might enjoy that.
I do. I do.
Uh,
You want if you're gonna hand load too, look at Six Dasher. Another popular
that was
one.
the other one. Thank you.
That's the other
Thank you.
popular one.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was the other one I was thinking. That was it. That was it. Yeah. I think there's a lot more components for that too.
But that's another one that I just see secondhand. I see guys that I respect use it, and I'm like, okay, this is probably something there, but nothing
The
my skill
only
level can touch.
the only thing I was considering was the GT was supposed to be optimized for short actions, I think. I think that
Oh,
was expressly what the GT was for, because the BRA was like a boutique cartridge that you had to like be, or from my understanding, a little bit more sensitive with feeding and magazine because a lot of these guys are just single feeding.
mm.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that was the point of the GT was to make it a little bit more streamlined. But that's actually a good point. 6 dasher. Yeah. Interesting.
Until
Very
then,
interesting.
one day I will get into the
Well, so would
one
you?
one day I will,
Well, in terms of what?
and we'll see. Muskets, 6 mil muskets. This is this
6 mil
is this has
musket.
gone this has gone off the rails.
This this is perfect.
You wouldn't
Listen,
get
I
you
haven't
wouldn't
started.
you wouldn't pass time.
Oh my god. At least I'm not loading like 6x47 or anything.
Just start
Uh,
hand loading for some like do 7 rem mag. Make the most accurate 7 rem mag that's ever existed.
I have a 7 mag. It's a
There you go.
Howa. It gave me a
There you
black eye when I was 6.
go. Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. I just spin that fucking barrel out that's definitely shot out. That thing has shot so many elk. Oh my god. I should actually take that out and group it and see how it does because that thing is older than I am. Not by much, but it's older than I am. It was one of the Howas with like the actual like, or well, it's a Weatherby, but Howa. And it actually still has the compass in it, except it is no longer. It still has. It's got like water. You can't even see it anymore. I don't want to get rid of the stock though, but I should probably spin that barrel off. It's probably like fused though. Maybe I will. You know what? The next time I go out, I think I will do that because it's in new rings and I haven't zeroed it yet. Hmm. All right. Well, I think that was a remarkably fucking scattered podcast.
Yeah, that was all over the place.
That was a podcast of all time, if I do
It
say
was
so.
it was a
myself.
scattergun of all podcasts.
Okay, the blunderbuss episode. That's what we'll do. The ballistic blunderbuss.
Just ramming 14
Oh,
Pec 15s down a blunderbuss and
yes.
Chinese Pec 15s and just
Yes, Chinese Pack 15 specifically.
That's what we came away with today.
Yeah, you know what? That's what we have to do. It's Olights. You just jam a bunch of Olights in there, and it's just lithium explosives. Throw one O-site in there for good measure.
Oh,
That
geez.
was a big booth I wasn't expecting. Oh my god. Oh, really quickly, just for reasons and such. I'm looking at the 6 Dasher versus the 6 BR. It's basically just an Ackley improved 6 BR. It's like it looks like it has like a 30 or 40 degree shoulder. So it's just
That
like a
that
sharper shoulder with more case capacity.
might be what they did.
Yeah, that actually might be what that is. Damn, I need to get into 6. All right. I'm rambling now. I'm sorry. I am. Well, Kirk, thank you so much for coming on. I'm gonna have the boss actually get you back on sooner than a year this time, hopefully.
Please, I'm
And
happy to come back.
yes. No,
It's
I
been a
don't think it's
year.
been a year, but
It's
has
been,
it
it's
been
been
a
about
year?
it's been about a year. It's been at least
Holy
a year, I
shit.
think.
Okay, yeah, we're
Oh,
we need to undo that one.
yeah. Thank
Yes,
you guys.
yes.
Happy
Well,
happy
thank you so
anniversary.
much for coming on. Seriously.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
uh, yeah, we'll get you back on, and we'll talk about something else. Oh yeah, we'll have to talk about Ready or Not, but next time
Yes,
we'll have to
yes.
talk more specifically about other stuff. Maybe
That
play Ready or Not. Actually, we
that could
should
be
do that.
good. That
It's
could
not
be
a bad
good.
idea. It could be fun. All right. Well, thank you so much, and thank you viewers or listeners for tuning in. Uh, and yeah, listen, it's fine. Okay, we technically have YouTube videos. It's okay. All right. Thank you for tuning in, Kirk. Once again, thank you so much, sir. And we'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna roll the outro. Let me find it. I'll roll the outro. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Very cool. You should like and subscribe.
On Facebook and Instagram.
And Twitter and Spotify. You should listen there too. If you
Aren't they
heard this on
listening to
Spotify.
this on Spotify right now?
Well, they could be, but there's also YouTube podcasts, so all of the places.
We always forget where we post this stuff.
We don't know where this is. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening to, but you should also like the other places that we are. And
Who
then
are we and what the hell are we doing here?
yeah, I don't know how we got here. So thank you for letting us talk directly into your ear holes.
Right to the brain.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Adios.